Hi, it's Stephen here from Sound of a Nation Wave, and this is day 15 of the November daily draws. So as we close out the week and approach the weekend, let's see what message we get. And I'll be taking the first card from Dugan's, which is Tarot, followed by an oracle card from the Angels and Ancestors Oracle deck. So let's choose our first card and get the reading underway. And we have the Strength card. And once again, I'm going to refer back to the November 2024 month ahead spread that I did that you've probably all seen by now. And if not, then I invite you to go and take a look. But the reason I'm referring to it is I believe, if I remember correctly, this was one of the cards that came out in the spread. So, we are linking back to that energy of the month with this daily draw. So, and we've done that a few times actually, and the themes seem to be more or less in line with that spread so far that we've been having this month. And the focus seems to be more on our own personal growth, on the things that we can control, that we're responsible for, that we have an influence over, and particularly have our own personalities, our own person, the things to do with that. And a lot of what we've been getting so far this month in the draws has been to do with the inner life, what goes on inside us, that inner growth, that inner well-being. And the Strength card is one of that talks about inner strength and resilience and adaptability and that ability of controlling ourselves and bringing perhaps that wild, untamed side of us, taming it a little and bringing it into check to stop us going too wildly, too impetuous, too rash in our words and our actions, and to become more controlled. You're not taking away the power, you're not diminishing the power of that side of you, but you're more or less choosing when and how to focus that power. And that, in a sense, the power becomes more effective and stronger in one sense. It increases the potency of that power by the fact that you're not just unleashing it wildly here, there, and everywhere. You're controlling it, you're focusing it, and you know when to restrain it. You know when it's the time to be more gentle, more moderate in your dealings. And true strength and true, particularly in regards to our power and our inner power, is having the power, but knowing when not to enforce it too strongly, or to overuse it. Just because you could do something or that you could say a certain thing doesn't mean that in this instance it's going to be right to do so. And sometimes it takes that inner strength and control over yourself to be able to pull back from doing and saying things that we might regret later on. So the Strength card is that inner strength and control, that inner discipline of our inner thoughts and our and being aware of how we are. And it's, as I say, it's not taking away their validity. And you could in some ways justify taking the actions and speaking the words that are within you, and but is the timing right? Is the way that you're going to express them going to be the best way? Will it do more harm than good? And And just pulling back from it a little and thinking that through is part of the strength of character that we're talking about here. So to remember, just because we can doesn't always mean that we should, and it's knowing that discerning when is the right time and when isn't the right time to do certain things. That's part of having that sense of self-discipline and control over our actions and our words, and taming the wild lion that wants to roar and perhaps snarl and maybe because we've got to justify grievance, but it may not be the right response at this time. So we may have to restrain ourselves a little. So that's one aspect. That's the aspect that's jumping out to me with this particular card today. That's what it might be saying to us. That just hold back a bit, and it may be that you have to do or say something, but just that holding back that will help you to perhaps channel that energy in a better way of saying what you want to say, just as forcefully, if not more forcefully, but in a way that is constructive and not damaging to you or to the situation. So that's the main thing I get from this card today. But it's about that inner resilience as well, that strength of character, that we don't give up, that we keep going as well. We draw upon that inner well of resilience. That's another thing I believe the strength card talks about and represents, is that inner strength when we need it to keep ourselves going, when we feel a bit weary and we may feel like giving up. That inner strength rises up and helps us to keep going. So draw upon that well that comes through life experience, that resilience that has been built up over the time. It's there for us. So that's, I believe, the message of the strength card today. So let's see which oracle card we get to go with that. And we have the opposite here. We have, funnily enough, we have the side of us, a she-wolf unleashed the wild within. So it is about that wild, unrestricted, as compared to the more moderate restraint. It's knowing, it's not that you take away that side of you. It's knowing how to channel it and how to unleash it. When you unleash the wild within, it's how you do it. And if you do it in a controlled way, the power of that wild side of you still is unleashed, but in a more effective and focused way. And it's also knowing the times when you need to be more restrained, and there are times when you can let go and just do what you want, and just let rip. Sometimes there are occasions that require for that. They're few and far between, I would hope and suggest. But knowing the difference between the two is the key here, and knowing how to channel that side of our inner life, that strength of character that comes from that. Okay, so that is today's message. I'll be back tomorrow with day 16. Until then, thank you for listening. Take care, everyone, and I'll see you all again very soon. Okay, bye-bye.